Hey, it's Adele from Let's Get Inky, and we're documenting our furry friends today in today's Journal With Me video. We're up to number 53, and guess what, peeps? This insert is now finished. This isn't the final spread, there's a couple more to go, but I have filmed the final one, and then once that's up, I'll film a flip through as well. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Hello, how are you going? I already have. Do I have two Traveler's Notebook flip throughs? I think possibly. And this will be my third insert. Yeah, this will be my third insert. So my Traveler's Notebook is just a place to document photos roughly in chronological order, but not really, not compared to my Project Life scrapping. And it's just a place for me to, document stories and perhaps events that weren't taken at the exact same time but are about the same topic. So this little sheet of stickers, it was my absolute goal to try and get them used up. They have been in my stash for a long time. There's some sweet little clear Amy Tan stickers from back when I started scrapbooking about 6 years ago, I think. And I think I originally loved them so much that I bought two. I at least bought two, if not three packets of them. And this is the final little bit that I've got left. I couldn't use it all today, but I do end up using all of that sheet, which is a really nice feeling. So the first thing I did was stick my photos in as always, and I chopped one of them down to be a square shape just to give the page a bit of something different. I've got this little container here that if you follow me on my main channel, Inky Quill, where I do scrapbooking and bits and bobs, you'll know that this is my lazy ephemera container, and this is where I put ephemera that perhaps I didn't put away, or there's only one or two sticker sheets left. Not sticker sheets, you know what I mean, the sticker bits. And if you are someone who is struggling with your stash and perhaps you're feeling overwhelmed with what you've got, or you find that you're just a bit bored with what's in your stash, this little container is a great idea. It can, however, and I speak from experience, get out of hand very quickly if you don't use it frequently, and you tend to ignore it and just add to it instead of actually using some of the things in it. I am aware that it can get very out of control. I once had one on the top of my Rascog trolley, and it started innocently as just a small container, and then it grew to the entire top of the Rascog. So yes, be strong with your boundaries, and only let yourself get as big as the container that you start with. It's not worth it, believe me. So I'll go through and I've grabbed anything that has kind of pinky, purpley or red colours. That's the colour scheme that I'm going for today. These are two photos of Arch when he was tiny, so I think he was only 2 here, and one of them is with our bunny Frida, and then the other one down the bottom is with our bunny Poppet, who is no longer with us sadly, but I wanted to document these photos and his love of the buns. And I thought Archie loved the bunnies, but my goodness, Violet is an animal fiend. She loves them, and every morning she goes and waves good morning to Frida, which is really sweet. And I think if Frida was free range like she was when Archie was a baby, Violet would be encroaching on her space 24/7 if she could. So it's kind of good that Frida has her own space, that Violet can pat her and see her and touch her, but she also can't get into the pen with her as well. We do let Frida out, and she has a little bounce around too, and Violet loves to follow her and wave to her all the time. I'm going through and I've really set it my goal to use up some of these stickers, and looking at this, I filmed the next 2 Journal With Me videos. I did them, I was in a real journaly mood. You know when you get in a mood and you're like, must journal all the pages or must scrapbook all the memories. I was in a real journal mood, and I get like that sometimes, and sometimes I get annoyed at myself because I think scrapbooking comes easier to me, and I worry a bit more about how the journal page comes together, and I find it easier to stick and plonk on a scrapbook page rather than a journal page. I don't know if it's because of the space. So on a scrapbook layout, I have a bit more room to play with, whereas with a traveler's notebook, they are quite small, and I do treat them as two separate pages instead of just one large square canvas, I guess, to work on. But I have been neglecting my traveler's notebook a little bit, and I knew I only had a couple of spreads to go, so it was a good motivator to you know, to kind of get over myself and you know, try and push that perfection and that worry out of my head, and just make and to have fun. Honestly, I don't think anyone, a couple of people might have looked at my traveler's notebooks at retreats that I've gone to, but you know, no one looks at my journals, and so I need to get out of my head that things need to be, you know, in the perfect spot, and I have to use the newest and greatest stickers that have come into my, you know, stash. No, it's perfectly fine to use things that you've had for years and years, and you know, you can pair them with some of your newer bits and pieces. Speaking of which, I have bought a few new things, which was fun. They'll be coming up in some upcoming. I've got a couple of bite and try it videos that I've filmed for my Inky Quill channel, and even though I do most of the bite and try it's over on my Inky Quill channel, but a lot of the things I still do use in my traveler's notebooks. Let me know if you'd like to see some. If you haven't watched my Inky Quill channel, actually, and you don't know what a bite and try it video is, it's where I get a few new goodies and I show a haul video, but then I also use them in a process video in the same video, because quite often I would find myself hauling things or watching haul videos and then wondering if the people actually use the things, and so this is a great way to not hoard the goodies and actually use them when you get them. So I think I've done one over here on this channel, but most of them are on Inky Quill. So let me know if you'd like to see more of those style over here, and whether you'd like them to be for traveler's notebook spreads or for art journal spreads or for something different. I need to make another junk journal actually, so that will be at some point. But right now I'm using my Tombow dual brush markers to do my brush lettering titles, and that other title that I did, the Bun Buds, the dual brush marker that I used is so on its way out. It's definitely does not have a lot of ink in it, and even the tip is quite fuzzy, and that really annoys me. It really drives me nuts. But these brush markers are so expensive here in Oz. They're about $7 each, and so I use them as long as I can before I replace them. But that is definitely a color that I've used a lot. So then I'm adding a bit of journaling here and there, and then just some little, you know, diddly bits and pieces to fill in those awkward spaces that I have around the page. I felt sometimes when I do lots of stickers, I feel like some of them need outlining or just defining a little bit more, so that they don't, you know, so that they're their own sticker and they don't all blend in too much. And I wanted to write about a little bit about Poppet, and I swear that she knew that I was pregnant with Arch. She used to come and lie against my tummy. Frida, I love her to bits, but she's a bit of a ditz. She's a very ditzy bunny, and I feel like Poppet was a little bit more switched on and could kind of sense things happening around her, whereas Frida she's happy. She goes with the flow. She's in her own little world. Alright peeps, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's brought you a smile, and that you have a fabulous week. And I will see you all very, very soon. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out when I post. Bye peeps.